Hello everyone, I would like to show you how to create patterns and color them. So we're going to use a number of tools for this exercise. So let's begin. I have created this shape over here, which is pretty simple. Now what I would like to do is to expand this design into a much more interesting and more creative one, right? So there are a few things I could do. One is actually, I'm just going to make a copy of this one. So I'm just going to do Command C, Command V. So I have a new one. And what I could do now is try to make a little star, see what happens to this. So I'm just going to select this. I'm going to press R, okay? And I'm going to click over here so I can just make a new anchor point or a pivot. So I'm going to press Command Shift and I just turn it around 45 degrees. Just gotta do it again. Seems to be a problem here. So I press here. I'm just gonna move it this way. Hang on. There you go. Okay. So if I need to make a copy, then there you go. So do Command D to duplicate this shape. So we have, oops, need another one. So we have our little star here, right? So now this can be easily a module if you want. You can play around with this and use it for your designs. And this is part of a bigger project in which we take a natural element, take one small part of the element and develop it into something bigger, right? So what can I do with this? Okay, so this is one way to create this. Now, the second way I would like to use possibly as simple as this one. So I'm just going to get another copy of this. And now I simply would like to create a small pattern. And to do that, I'm just going to get this one. I'm going to reduce the stroke here. I'm going to make it like, actually, I like to work with like something 0.1, which is pretty thin. And I'm going to use a color. So I'm going to get one color. This tab here, you can get it from the swatches. Okay, so if you go down here, just press on this little library icon and then go to color books. And my advice is go for solid coated or uncoated, which I use for printing. But anyways, you can use any of this. So I'm just going to go for solid coated. And then I have this wonderful palette full of colors here. Okay, so I'm just going to select two random colors. And I'm working with the skin of a shark texture. So I'm just going to get this blue color. I'm going to remove the stroke color. I can do it here. Okay, so get this one. I would like to have another one. So I'm going to do a copy, which is Command C, and I'm going to paste it on top. So I press Command F. Okay, so if I press Command V, it just pastes it somewhere near, but not where I want. If I press Command F, it just pastes on top. So I can just move it around, and then it's going to try to rearrange this in maybe this way. And I want to get a different color for this one, maybe this one. So I have two elements. This is a pretty simple design. There's nothing really amazing here, of course, but I just need to show you how to use the tool. So now I want to create a seamless pattern for this. So what I do is I select these two elements. I need to go to Object, I think, and then below here there is this tab here called Pattern, and then I'm going to hit Make. Right, so now I have the pattern menu here, this tab, and I just need to play around with different elements. I'm just gonna zoom out, see what's happening with my design. So it's kind of looking interesting. So I can play with different elements here, like in terms of the grid. There are all these different options. You can play with the width and height as well. Just call it, just put a name to your texture. So I'm going to call it shark skin. Okay, so this is my shark skin here. Over here, there are different options. I can overlap. I can just change the number of copies for each element, and so on. So play around with these settings. I'm quite okay with this. I'm happy with this. So I'm just going to double click out here, and what happens is that in your swatches tab it should appear now. So you can see this shark skin appears now as a color. Okay, so of course, obviously I can just hit just create a shape. So I hit M and I'm going to make small square, and I can select this color, this new color, and then I can paint my square. So this is one way to make patterns as well. Okay, so I just want to get back to this star over here, so I would like to show you a couple of tools that I use quite regularly and are very important. So what I did here was basically duplicated this and put in a different angle to make this a star. Now what I could do with this star, okay, first of all I would like to maybe just remove the stroke here, or actually no, actually I'm gonna keep it black, but I'm gonna make it very thin. So I'm just gonna make it like 0.1. Right, there you go. So I can see what I'm doing. So now I would like to paint this in different colors. I'm not going to be very picky with the colors. I'm just going to go with the simple gradients here. And I would like to paint this. So what I do is select it all and I press K. When I press K, I can just go click in one of these areas, and then you can start painting. So the way to do it is I'm going to click outside. I'm just going to select the first color, which is going to be a yellow color. I press K, and I can just start painting my star the way I want. Again, I'm just going very sloppy with the colors here, so just bear with me, because I'm just showing you the technique, okay, the technical aspect of this exercise. Now, if we need to select colors, then we just need to actually do a research on the hues itself. Okay, so I'm just gonna get this dark color here. Right, so now again, this is just a technique, so there's nothing really amusing about these colors, but it works for the sake of this exercise. So next I would like to remove the stroke. So I'm just gonna go back here and then remove the stroke. There you go. So I have this done. Now you notice that it took quite some time to come up with these colors. And if you like to play around with this, there is an easy way to do it. And what I would like to do is now change the colors of these stars. But I don't want to go painting one by one. So what I can do is I can use a little color wheel that is over here. Okay, so you go to the color guide, click there, and right here there's this color wheel you can use to edit. So if I click there, it shows this pop-up window. Can go back to edit here, and now you can edit the color. So how it works. So this color wheel is using the colors that you have here, but for the setup here you just change. So I can just start playing around with this, and you see how over here my colors change. So you can play around with this. You see if I move one color, all the colors move. The only thing I can do is possibly here is changing the intensity of the color, but in general they move all together. And they move all together because they work in relation to this initial palette I have here, right? So if I were to move this around independently, I have these buttons here, so I can add a color, I can remove a color, or I can unlink the harmony. So I click here, and now I should be able to move colors independently. Now you see I'm playing with the green, so let's say I'm gonna make it a blue one. Now I'm just gonna get this color, which is a red here, so it's gonna make it a kind of pink color over here. Now this color is changing that little star in the middle, so I'm just gonna make it green, let's say. Now this color here is changing the outside part of the star, and then I have this color. For instance, this color is not doing anything, so I can simply select it and then remove it. Now click there and it's gone. Okay, so you have only the colors that you need. So I can log this again, and if I'm happy with this, I'm just going to hit OK. And with this next, okay, so there's something I didn't paint here, but okay, this is another option. So when I get this one again, actually I'm gonna get this one again, and I'm going to do the same, and I go back to edit, and then you can see I can just play around with different colors. Now I just noticed that I'm not selecting everything here. That's probably my fault. Yeah, there you go. So I'm gonna get this one, and I'm gonna do it again, and there you go. Sorry, just gonna check this. Color seems to have a problem. Might need to check where the problem is, or even try to paint this again. Okay, but that's pretty much what you do with this tool. It's very practical, and again you need to do a thorough research on color in order to have proper and very harmonic and beautiful colors here. Okay, so I think that's all for now, and thank you. Just click OK here, and there you go. Thank you. Okay.